everybody, I am Tom, and you are watching me play The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Last episode, we met up with Yennefer and we watched the funeral of King Bram. In this episode, I want to see what happens when I do some...
Right. Just not something I'd ever wear. But what don't we do for our... Who exactly is she to me?
I like getting extra dialogue. If I now switch back to my fancy clothes.
Their horns echoed amidst the cliffs and peaks.
Bran was a great ruler.
He needs a worthy successor.
You speak as though you have someone in mind.
Skellige's troubles very much derive from it not being a hereditary monarchy. Any upstart can be king and destroy his predecessor's legacy.
The King of the Isles is a more symbolic position.
That should change as well. A strong leader who wields true power. That is what the times require.
I'm Geralt, a Witcher.
Birna, Queen of Skellige. I'm glad we've met, but you must forgive me. Duty calls.
I can see you chose your own outfit. You know, of course, that together we look about as good as lace frills on a battle axe.
Everyone's got their style.
See, I think she actually says something different if you wear armor, which is interesting.
Don't like funerals. Don't like feasts.
I know. You also dislike underdone meat and being teleported. But sometimes we must overcome our disgusts and prevail.
We should mingle before they all get drunk. There'll be no talking to anyone then.
Good thinking. I don't know what Krach wants, but when we meet with him, we should have clear minds.
I'm not gonna drink. Why dull my senses when I'm in such pleasant company?
Do you plan to compliment me all evening?
I plan to tell you what I think.
You drank last night too?
So, what have you brought for the farewell feast?
Bread, sheep's milk cheese.
Our wagon's full of loot we ripped from the bad ones.
Geralt, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. Your beard. Why did you decide to grow it out?
Don't really know.
Must say it suits you.
Sign of a weak arm swinging it, eh? Lady Yennefer. Sir,
Greetings, Arnvald. My companion is Geralt of Rivia.
I am honored.
Nice to meet you too. Quite a few guests.
They come to bid their king farewell. They come to see the claimants to the crown.
We wanted to talk to Krach on Crate.
The Jarl will join us shortly. He's assigned you a place of honor at the table just beside his daughter Ceres. Follow me, please.
They've seated us here.
I asked them to. Wanted to meet the notorious Witcher Geralt.
We've met. Don't remember?
That was ages ago. Hjalmar and I were children when you last visited Orda. But you should meet your feast mates. Allow me the dubious honor. That's Halbjorn, son of Holger Blackhand. Blue Boy Lugas, Madman Lugas' firstborn. And choking down a stockfish over there is Otrek on Hindar.
Seems they set us with the sons of Jarls, exclusively.
Ceres on Crate is the daughter of a Jarl, Geralt. Jarl's daughters are in no way inferior to their sons.
Do you know every last one of them dreams of being Bran's successor? Look at him. Likely lot.
Ceres is jealous, for the one among us who performs the greatest feat will be crowned king.
We all know the feats are a sideshow. Our fathers will choose who will wear the crown. What do you think they spoke to Krach about?
You talk like that because you're short of strength and skill. Hey, remember when Hjalmar challenged us all to a race up the mount? You didn't stand with us then. As he buried his axe in that stump at the top to mark his victory, you were warming your chicken bones by the fire.
Had my reasons for not participating, but I would have won then, as I'd win now.
Now that you mention him, just noticed Hjalmar's not here.
My brother walks his own paths. But about the race, why don't we repeat it? I'm willing to challenge any of you, Witcher included. If I beat him to the top, venture to say that'd be a feat, eh? So you in?
If the Witcher's in.
Geralt?
Sorry about that. My hard drive disconnected and reconnected. Which is making things like GOG crash in the background. Hopefully the recording's okay, if not I'm gonna have to redo this, but I think it should be fine.
Gladly. What are the rules?
Whoever pulls Hjalmar's axe from the stump at the top of the hill wins. Stray off the path and you lose.
And here I was, ready to puke from all the boredom. Let's go!
Luckily I actually have The Witcher saved on a different hard drive. It's on an SSD rather than on an external hard drive where I keep most of my Steam shit.
From this spot, you must reach the top of that mount. At the summit, you'll see the stump of an oak. Hjalmar's axe buried in it. Whoever pulls the axe from the stump first, wins.
I'm ready.
You'll start when I sound the horn.
Well, we put some coin on it, Lugos. Actually, dog shite idea. You never pay up.
Show me what you've got, monster slayer.
Alright, I'm gonna beat the shit out of her because she's slow. Well, that's not true. She's not slow. I'm just faster.
Hurry it up, old man!
I mean, she's right there. I am an old man. Oh, hang on. I went the wrong way. God damn it.
Show me what you've got, monster slayer.
I will, Sarah. I went the wrong way. I'm still gonna beat you. A good trick to keep your stamina up is jumping. Because if you look at my stamina bar, you'll notice... Oh, she's catching up. Geralt's actually pretty slow at climbing those things. But so Ceres, so... evens out.
I won, but only by a hair.
No such thing. There's winning and there's losing, and I lost. We best go back to the week.
Let's.
I'm a Witcher. It's not real. No shame in losing to a Witcher.
See the wakes in full swing.
Lost sight of yous. Who won?
I lost.
Lost to a Witcher, Sparrowhawk. That didn't likely happen to any of us. Enough of the nattering, let's drink.
There you go, as I said.
Can't today, for good reason, believe me.
Well, if not today, then when?
You've been great company. Sadly, it's time we moved on.
Really?
Indeed. We must talk, but not here. You shall learn all beyond that door.
Do I look like one who believes such stuff? Don't let some shit. Do you have those shit?
Geralt, this is Holger Blackhand, Berna, Brand's widow, and our hostess today. You've already met.
Widow? A widow's duty is to lie beside her husband.
A widow's duty is to care for the king's son.
Not by our customs, it ain't.
Your customs are barbarous.
Not our place to criticize, Yen. All peoples do things their own way.
We're talking about the self-immolation of women, not about decorating trees for Yule.
Harsh custom, but this is a harsh land. Tradition is Skellige's backbone.
People make laws, and people can change them.
Heard a lot of good things about Bran.
I will miss him sorely. I was not his first wife, but I bore him his firstborn son. and saw him off on his final journey. We lived a great many years together.
Let's move on, Yen.
High time we did as well. Come, Svanriga.
Byrne is a scheming whore. Refuses to admit her reign's ended. Bran knew how to keep her in line. Let's drink to his memory.
Bran, a great king, a great man.
May our next king be his equal.
Geralt.
All right, let's go.
I actually agree with Yen there, it's pretty barbarous. But at the same time, it's not forced upon the widows. Whoop, sorry. It's not actually forced on the widows, they're allowed to choose not to. As you saw when at the point where essentially his mistress decided to go into the boat to be self-immolated. Ermion, the druid, actually tried to stop her and said, "You don't have to do this." Which he doesn't. It's a choice. And Berna chose not to as well. It's worth noting.
Tell me, Lugos.
Allow me to introduce Geralt of Rivia, a Witcher. Geralt, Jarl Donar and Hinder, and Jarl Madman Lugos.
Calling Lugos a madman's an insult to madmen. He's a common goat fucker.
Call me a goat fucker one more time, and I'll chop off your head, stick it on a pike, and piss down your neck hole.
Enough! Time to settle this. Here and now.
Oh, ha ha ha! Giving me a true fright right now. Shat my best trousers. Put that away before you cut yourself, you cunt.
Settle this outside.
Who the fuck are you to advise me, eh?
Someone with better manners. You insult Bran's memory and Crach's hospitality with this. Emperor would be very pleased to hear you quarrel.
His Imperial Majesty is more than welcome to visit.
Let him sail over here. We ain't afraid of the black ones.
Raiding coastal villages is one thing. Total war with the Empire is another.
Awfully mouthy, this one. Go stir your cauldron and pierce some boils, witch. Don't talk when you haven't got a fucking clue.
Know what, Lugos? Just realized I don't give a damn about your hallowed rules of hospitality.
Finally, some diversion. And here I was ready to puke from all the boredom. Come on, freak. Show us what you're made of.
Move the benches. There's to be some gob slapping.
When in Skellige. Do as the Skelligans do.
Aim to return the orb.
Come again?
Show the damn bugger explain. Sneak the table.
Beat the bastard down. If you don't,
Fist fighting in this game is actually fairly easy, if you do it methodically, which is essentially block one of their punches, which is just parrying, like you do in sword fighting, and then hit them twice, maybe 3 times, depending on the opponent. Yeah. As long as you always do it after a parry, they're open, so you can just punch them to death. Eat shit, Lugos.
Had enough?
You got me good. That were quite a wallop. Still seeing spots, room rocking like a leaky tub in a
Let that do in the background.
We'll call it even then, as soon as you apologize to the lady.
Don't hold it against me, milady. It's my deep conviction. Sorceresses are needed. Deeply so.
No offense taken. Forget about it.
That I like. And the knocking. It's what men do. Give me your paw, Witcher. Let me squeeze. It's a worthy one. Witcher, have a drink with me. Proof there's no hard feelings. And visit me at times, I insist. Yoren's been jabbering about bringing in a Witcher for that haunted lighthouse. Do me a favour. Meet him for an ale in the tavern near Arenbjorn. Then you but a short jaunt to find me, so as we can knock back something stronger. Here's to our next.
Sure, I'll knock one back with you, Lugos.
Drink like you fight, and we're in for a good time. To Bran!
Yennefer and I'd be honored. Here's to your health. Forgive us. We should mingle, talk to some of the other guests.
For cold, distant shore, I must see. Cross the wide, somber sea.
What now?
Now we pay a visit to Ermien's laboratory.
Didn't know we'd been invited.
Because we've not been.
Take it Ermien won't be there.
That's right.
And what's the purpose of this visit?
We're looking for an object. The Mask of Urboros. We'll need it. Come, Geralt.
Now you'll tell me why you need this mask.
Oh, I shall. In due course.
Take it you'll decide when.
Correct.
A note to the mod maker for AutoLoot doesn't work in this part. None of these things are auto-looting, which means he hasn't set any of these containers, I think is probably how it's worked. He's probably gone through and manually said, oh yeah, all of these containers, make sure they auto-loot.
Footsteps. Shh. Guards. Hide behind the tapestry.
Sparrows chip, while starlings chirp.
What do jackdaws do?
Jackdaws caw. Goldfinches warble, and cranes whoop, whereas peacocks screech. Hawks scream, larks trill, and doves, they coo. That's all of them.
What about nightingales?
Ah, right. Nightingales croon.
That was close. This'll be tough to open.
Surprises never end. See the ravens?
Hard not to.
Ermien's spies. An indication that we're near his laboratory. I also sense a clear magic aura. Come, there's a ledge outside this window. We must pass along it.
The crows in this game look horrible. It's like one of the few things in this game that look really bad. I don't know why. You can notice it when you first enter Velen as well, near the very start of the game. Like there's one on the Hanged Man's tree or whatever, and it's just noticeably really blocky. They don't look bad from a distance, which I guess is probably what they're designed for. Because most of the time they're flying around and you don't pay any attention to them. They like just fly past so you don't see them. But when they're sitting still, like you get this good look at them and they look really bad.
Seen uglier sights in my life.
Geralt of Rivia, being romantic.
I mean, you've got to agree, right? Like, goddamn. Compared to the crows, now this is pretty. This is the other side of that door. He hasn't got crows on this side, which is probably a bad idea on his part. I'm actually gonna put my swords on. Because I happen to know that you do some fighting here. I'm gonna put my armor on as well. Because honestly, my armor looks cool, I don't know why. She's against me wearing armor. Look how sweet this armor looks.
Amazing how a hobby can render a man mysterious. Fascinating.
Especially a druid. Must be a real nature lover. Had one at Kaer Trolde.
Please.
100 loose an arrow if he saw that in the woods. Looks alive. A basin of water.
For teleprojection, a reflection of Ermion appears on the surface. Supplicants speak to it.
Ah!
Are you all right?
Cut myself. The door's locked. The animals. They're alive. Yen, watch out. Monsters. Feel it coming closer. They're everywhere.
That's one less.
Strange. Smells of mushrooms.
No, that's one less.
Trippy. There's another bear. Notice these guys are doing very little damage, that's why I let those wolves hit me.
What's happening?
You were hallucinating. You ran at Ermion's animals, sword flailing. I had to calm you.
Mind if we, never mention this again?
Naturally. Doors open. We'll proceed as soon as you've collected trophies of your kills. Let's go inside, Geralt.
Well, chopped up his taxidermy into pieces.
I'll lock the entrance. We don't want to raise suspicions. Ah, our dear druid's laboratory. We must search it thoroughly. The Mask of Ouroboros must be here.
Letter bearing Ermion's seal. To the druids.
Wondrous world of
Warns them about you.
insectoids. Ritual plants. Ah, what do you know? Raymond Marlove. A biography enhanced.
Just waiting for Yennefer to finish talking there. Ermion's correspondence. Brother Druids. You forewarned that a sorceress has travelled on Skellig. Her name is Yennefer and she hails from Vengerberg. I know you're immune to feminine wiles, and will not let a well-draped skirt muddle your reasoning. Nevertheless, I warn you to be taken in by her intelligence and refinement. I know who Yennefer is. I do not, however, know the true goal of her stay in Skellige. I see no point in asking her this question directly, for Yennefer is known for her cunning and eloquence. She says not what she thinks, but what she wishes you to hear. You must remember this is no second-rate sorceress. This is the person who breaks bread with the rulers of the North, and who most recently has been working with the Nilfgaardian Emperor himself. Familiar with courts the world over, she possesses an ability to manipulate and even the wiliest diplomat would envy. Yennefer has displayed an unhealthy interest at the site of the cataclysm. We are striving to study. I have not given her permission to go near it, but I caution you to keep her eyes and ears open all the same. The sorceress from Vengerberg is stubborn and an effective manipulator. I know in the past, her and Croc's paths crossed. I suspect that she will wish to use the old friendship for some ulterior purpose. What that is, exactly, I will try to determine. Once I do, I will inform you of a separate letter. May the power be with you, brothers. Ermion. So, clearly Yennefer hasn't told Ermion why she needs to go to this cataclysm sky, which he probably would have let her go there if she had. Yennefer being Yennefer.
Seems Ermion has real tobacco brought in. Skellige's tales about the wild hunt.
The islanders believe the wraiths sail on a longship built of the claws of dead men.
Indeed they do. I'll read that later.
Dwarven triple mead. Goes in for light reading, too. The Corpse of Novigrad by Sasha Hadi.
Alexander Ho walked into the long corridor, delighted that the sounds of debauchery pouring out of the rooms drowned out the sound of his footsteps. The long-neglected brothel floor creaked and moaned, as though the wood regretted being witness to the lecherous scenes fed to it by the house of ill repute, standing in the very centre of the pride of the northern city. Ho had been generously remunerated for his visit by the wife of a silk merchant. She had long suspected her husband of dabbling with loose women during his working hours. The case had seemed simple enough, banal even, a cheating husband. How many similar affairs had he unravelled? The worst was that his employers never truly wanted him to bring in irrefutable proof of her husband's guilt. On the contrary, in their heart of hearts they always hoped that investigators would prove their husbands model citizens, and their suspicions wholly unfounded. This time it truly did turn out that the woman's husband was no whoremonger, despite the fact that his trail led Alexander to a place in which fleshly pleasures were bought and sold. The door in front of which he stopped followed the instructions he had received from the gnome at the entrance, had a small plaque within the number 16 on it. Unlike the other rooms, this one was enveloped in unsettling calm. Ho turned the doorknob and pushed the door open, and what he saw behind it far exceeded his worst expectations.
Laboratory worthy of an imperial alchemist.
Indeed.
A goat carved out of lindenwood, signed to Uncle Ermion.
Little Ciri's handiwork. That's what she called him when he was her tutor.
A sword in a stone. Things begging me to pull it out.
It's not in the stone, don't you see? It's held there by a vice.
A child's skull. Look at this. A detailed map of the northern kingdoms. Even shows spheres of influence over the ages.
Out of date.
I mean, she's not wrong. It is indeed out of date.
Pinecone. Didn't expect this. A large female.
And finally...
Ermion's wand. He's one of the few druids to use one.
There we go. There was also... In the books there was a druid who used a wand. Had to do with Ciri's grandmother? I'd have to reread it to remember it properly. There's also a book over here. The White Frost. Fair enough.
Looks like Ermion places something in the statue's hand. How about a mug of mead? Statue or not, everybody needs a drink sometimes. Huh. Seems like it worked. Who would have thunk?
Ermion enjoys jests achieved at the expense of others. I have a sneaking suspicion the mask will be in here.
As do I. I also know that we have to fight something down here. That's why I quick saved. I'll do it again, in fact.
Geralt, come here. I found the mask.
Can you not see the golem behind it? I can.
This is it. We've got it. We must return to the feast quickly before...
Careful now.
It's a trap! We're in prison!
Golems are a pain in the ass to beat. I'm gonna require a decoction, I think. And there's one that I'm thinking of specifically Ba-da-ba-da-bum-ba-da-bum. There we go, this is the one. Archgriffin decoction.
Damn it.
Which should allow me to. There we go. That doesn't look like a lot of damage, but compared to what my normal attacks do, well, normal attack, well, that was a crit. But even still, crit was 1700. Let me do a strong attack. 2000. So my strong attacks are now doing more than my crit weak attacks because they do 5% of his health. So strictly speaking, I can hit him 20 times and win. I just need to have all my stamina when I hit him. Also, I don't have a quite up, so there we go.
Damn it.
Woohoo, that was close. I want to make sure my coin is always up, because he's definitely going to one-shot me. Whoop. There goes my coin. Okay, 2800 damage. The insta-kill here will be good, but I don't know how likely it is. Ooh. I have full adrenaline now, so I should be getting crits fairly often. Alright, I don't have a Quen up, so I need Quen. Luckily, like, you can move away and use your stuff, because Yennefer, like, you move away and use signs and things, because Yennefer is good at stunning him. Without Yennefer, this fight would be extremely difficult. Because they also have a charge attack, I believe, which they can't really do in this fight, because Yennefer... Yennefer's good enough at stopping him from getting enough momentum to be able to do his charge attack.
Help me, Geralt!
She got hit. I was just about to say, like, Yennefer never gets hit, but I think apparently she can. Proper stun there, which was useful. She's actually doing damage to it now. Which can be kind of annoying because she can actually kill it. Cool, I got the killing blow, that's all that matters.
Geralt, hear that?
Smelled it. Gas. Grate still closed. Gotta think of something quick.
Yes?
I believe it's supposed to go into a cutscene now.
Yes?
Teleport us out of here. That would be my suggestion.
The damned druid will poison us. This vapor's deadly. We've got but a few minutes.
Teleport us out of here.
Think of something. Quickly. First thing to come to your mind. Hold on tight.
If If it was unclear there, I'd pick the Damn I Want to Kiss You Again selection.
Damn. I tore a hole in my dress. Wait a minute. I must mend it.
You know how to sew.
Please. I'll enchant a needle. Wait.
For what?
We must talk to Krach.
Why? Think he misses us? Because I missed you. Oh no.
I missed you too.
When are you gonna finally burn this piece of junk?
My heart couldn't take it. So many memories. Damn it, Geralt. Do you have any idea how much they cost?
Come here. We gotta hurry. Krach's waiting.
Is that so?
Yen let go of the mane.
I know you. I let go, you throw us off. Don't even try.
Sounded like Beavis and Butthead with that laugh. Just pointing that out.
My, oh my.
Missed you.
I missed you too.
We ought to get back to the wake.
I must dress. Turn around.
Krach and Crate asked about you.
We went out. For a breath of fresh air.
The claimants to the throne will step forth in a moment.
Now heed my words. There is no greater act of valor than to fight a beast cursed by men and gods. No greater deed than that done to serve the goddess.
Words of uncommon beauty. We thank you, and we'll take them to heart. But now, let's begin. We have seen Bran off to the beyond, and must now choose his successor. A king must be wise. A king must command respect. A king must have bollocks. We've no lack of men like that. Let those who feel worthy of the throne of Skellige step forth. My son could not be here this day. Behold his axe. Behold his will. May the best man or woman win. What's got into her?
She's your daughter, is she not?
Now I know why she said she'll sail to speak her of. Ah, children. The older they grow, the more trouble they are. Come with me. All the more essential we talk now. How was it, Geralt, when Ciri was nearing womanhood? I remember well her nan, her mother, what they were like. They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Ciri was impossible to control. No telling her what to do. Had to have things her own way almost always. Why do you ask?
No specific reason. She and Ceres, they're of a similar age. But we'll speak of my children later. First, let's speak of yours. Yennefer claims Ciri's in trouble, and you seek her.
That's right.
If you require aid, gold, ships, anything, merely say the word. I'll give you all I can. And I know the lass lives. I'm sure of it. When the blood of Rhiannon's daughters is shed, the sea grows white with fury. I'd mark such a storm.
Need your help. Ciri probably came here to Skellige.
And very likely caused the cataclysm along the coast. The site upon which the druids focus so intensely now.
A site Ermion refuses to let us explore.
Specifically, he won't let me explore it. We fought. We're not friendly now.
Don't concern yourself with him. Druids have little trust for mages. But Ermion's heart is in the right place. Am I right to assume he does not know you seek Ciri?
It's of no concern to him.
As I thought. At any rate, Ard Skellig's my isle. You've my permission to investigate as you see fit.
Thank you.
No need. I swore an oath once. I aim to keep it. Unfold. Tell the druid I must speak to him. At the usual spot. I've one more matter to broach. My children. You remember Hjalmar? Well, he swore an oath to kill the giant of Undvik. Set off and has yet to return. Whereas Ceres announced that she's to set off on an adventure of her own. Got it in her head that Udalric is not mad, but cursed.
Giants. They've been extinct for ages. Anyone actually seen the one on Undvik?
Aye. Dozens of refugees have. The giant drove everyone off the isle. I've welcomed what remains of Clan Torderach here on Ard Skellig.
I heard a rumor that an unnatural frost gripped Undvik before the giant appeared.
It's true. At any rate, Hjalmar decided to kill the giant and give the isle back to its people. A deed worthy of a king, he believes. My son gathered a hearty crew at the new port. They were to sail to Undvik, then travel on foot to Oskar, the village. But that many lads should have killed the giant long ago. Thus, I thought to ask you.
You should start at the new port. Ask around. Hjalmar might have told someone there his plans.
Take it Ceres wants to lift the curse.
There's no curse to speak of. Ceres has decided she must match Hjalmar and sort out a deed worthy of a queen.
Think she might need my help? You did plan to ask me for it. Why?
The thing is, I don't trust Udalric further than I can spit. Ceres won't listen to me, or her brother. Yet confronted by a professional who will explain why she's mistaken, she just might come to her senses. So yes, I ask that you explain things to her and bring her back.
Can't help wondering. Got no plans to vie for the crown yourself? Think a good number of the Jarls would support you.
A good number? Those opposed would be fierce, rabid. Madman Lugas would sooner see an Nilfgaardian on the throne. Besides, a man should know when to step aside. Hand the tiller to the youth among us.
If either Hjalmar or Ceres need help, I'll help them.
I thank you.
Well, now that we're done thanking one another, let's get to work. We must determine if Ciri is still on Ardskellig. I'll change into travel attire and find you. Head south. The anomaly we should investigate destroyed a stretch of forest along the shore of the bay. A successful feast on all counts, Krach. I will see you later.
And with that, I will see you next time, because we've gone quite a bit over time, but it's to be expected in these episodes where you're doing a lot of story stuff. So thanks for watching. The place is beautiful, even at night time. Actually, got some pop in with those lights, oddly. In any case, thanks for watching. I shall see you next time.
See